The LED lights in the ceiling of my GE Monogram 48 inches built-in side-by-side refrigerator have stopped working. They went out and came on once, but no longer light. Do I need to change the circuit board, or is there something else I can try first? If I have to change the circuit board, how complicated is that procedure? Thank you for your help. Ken.
Hello, my name is XXXXX XXXXX. You for choosing our service. Look in the fresh foods section up near the top or around the louvered area at the top for model/serial sticker and post the model number. I need the model to be able to see the diagrams. Thanks, Barry.
GE Monogram model #XXXXX. I had to get out my manual to get the number. I couldn't find a tag where I thought you said it would be. Where is the tag again?
It is located on a plate or a sticker behind the louvered pane at the top, near the center and to the right of the evaporator coils. In your model, inside of the fresh foods section, is yours the style that has 7 lights? Very.
If I'm looking at the right elements of the circuit board, it has 12 LEDs in the circuit board at the top center of the fresh foods ceiling.
I do not have the correct wiring diagram. It took me a while to figure out why, because the lights are not listed as LED nor halogen. But I did figure it out. I will relist your question for all techs to review. As soon as someone can help, they will post here. Have a nice rest of the day, Barry.
Thank you. Ken. Barry, if they are not LED, what are they? Again, I'm talking about the tiny elements arrayed around the outside of the circuit board. Since they don't light up at the moment, I can't be sure I have it right. But they do look just like the LED lights in our lit cabinets. Thanks, Ken.
Hello, Ken, you are correct. Those are LED lights. Are you able to measure the voltage coming to one of those parts? I am sorry for the delay. I was not near my computer when you replied. Thanks, Barry.
Hi, Barry. No worries, you were pretty fast. Thank you. I can try to do so, but don't have a multimeter available at the moment. I will have to borrow or buy one. What voltage should I get if I am able to measure it?
I do not have an exact wiring diagram. Most GE LED lighting measures about 36 volts DC voltage. There are 2 circuit boards at the top. One I do recognize as being the main control board, and the other I will have to assume is the LED board. When you get a meter, have this page saved to your favorites and return to let me know you are ready to test, and I will go through it with you as best I can. That will give me a chance to get in touch with GE and see if I can get a correct wiring diagram for your model. Thanks, Barry. That's it, that is what I was looking at. There is a wire connector underneath it with a red and black wire. I was looking at the part, and the wires are too small to carry much voltage. Looks to me like 12 to 36 volts would be carried by the wiring. I can get in touch with GE tomorrow and see if I can get the wiring diagram. I have some calls to do tomorrow, so I will be out until about 3 p.m., but they are on Central Time and I am on Eastern, so I will be back in plenty of time to get in touch with them. Very.
Awesome. Thanks.
You are welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. Very.
Hi, Barry. I hope you are having a good evening. Any luck on my issue yet? I did try to take a voltage reading and got a reading of 0. I don't know if I did it right though. I placed the probes on what looked like solder on either side of the LED diodes on the exposed side of the circuit board. By the way, when am I supposed to rate the service, since it is taking some extra work? Do I wait until we reach closure, or do I submit a rating partway through? Thanks, Ken.
Hello Ken, I am well thank you, XXXXX your evening is going well. You can wait until we find the problem to leave a rating. You will need to remove the screws to get the LED fixture out. Disconnect the wire connector and measure the connector for voltage there coming to the light. Barry G.41675.09678722917.
Thanks. No voltage at the connector.
Thanks Ken, let me see what type of door light switch you have. Give me just a minute. Barry.
Thank you, Barry. Also, be aware that all the other interior lights are on. It is just the overhead LEDs that are out. Ken.
Thank you. XXXXXXXXXX to be 2 switches on the fresh food side according to the diagram. One I believe will control some of the lights. Press the switches and the one that does not turn any lights out, use a putty knife and work it out from side to side until you get it out. Once it's out, put one lead to a good frame ground and the other on each of the light switch connections. Do either of those show voltage? Thanks, Barry.
Barry, you are right, 2 door switches and one doesn't turn off any lights. So, I tried to get the switch out and failed. The right side, facing the door, of the switch box won't budge, but I can get the left side to rotate downward about 1/4 inch. Past that point, it wouldn't budge. I was really prying on it with a table knife and a screwdriver to the point that I was worried it would break. I tried rocking it, but the right side just wouldn't come down more than 1/16 inch. The metal door frame elastically deformed as I pried. Is there a trick I'm missing? Thanks, Ken.
You're not missing it, Ken. Some of those can be a bear to get out. Let me see where to check on the main control board. Barry. At the top of your refrigerator near the compressor is a metal cover with cooling slots in it. Remove that cover and under that is the main control board. Locate the connectors on the board I have in the red and black rectangles in the file below. At the tip of the red arrow is where you need to put the red probe. At the tip of the black arrow in the black rectangle is where to put the black probe. Is voltage present there? Click here for the sheet. Thanks, Barry.
Thanks, Barry. I will try that and get back to you with what I find tomorrow. Have a good night. Ken.
I understand, Ken. I will be here tomorrow. You have a good night as well. When you remove that cover, be careful. There are hot wires in there and you may want to trip the breaker until you get the cover off. Then turn it on when everything is safe. Barry.
Thank you for the heads up. Good night. Ken.
You're welcome. See you tomorrow. Barry.
Good morning, Barry. Exciting morning. I found the main circuit board, which is on the left side of the fridge under a metal box cap. The board doesn't look sufficiently like the diagram picture you sent for me to feel comfortable probing with a multimeter. However, while I was up there, I did see how to get to the BCK side of the door switches by removing a long narrow decorative panel. I used my multimeter to probe the switch leads. I apparently had the multimeter set wrong, and when I grounded one of the switch leads through the meter, it flashed and popped the circuit breaker. Having lost confidence in my electrical abilities, I closed it all up and gave up on probing the switch. However, with my new insights on using multimeters, I reset it to the proper DC setting and tested it on a AAA battery. With confidence in the setting, I tried the voltage at the LED diodes again and got voltages of 0.4 to 0.6 on most of them. One I couldn't get a voltage reading on. I think it's time to give it up and call the repairman. Thanks for trying. At least now I know it's not some simple thing I didn't know about. Best regards, thanks again. Ken.
You're welcome, Ken. When you get images from GE, you get the newest, most updated image there is. Over time, GE has changed that board several times, and I have no doubt that it does look different from the on-installed now. I was glad to have the opportunity to help Ken, and I understand, it is good to know your limits. Most always knowing that serves you well in all things that you do. Take care, and thank you for the opportunity, Barry.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.